The Portland Trailblazers blew it in game 6. They had full control of this game. In the third quarter, they were up like 15, 16 points. And it got out of their hands. And a lot of it had to do with Nurkic being out. So just to kind of set some context here, going into the third quarter, Nurkic had 0 fouls. At the end of the third, he had 4. So he was in relentless foul trouble. And I think maybe the Nuggets made a halftime adjustments to attack him, because then if you get him out of the game, it allows Jokic to go off. And Jokic went crazy in the third quarter. He was sensational in game 6. He looked like that MVP candidate that has been discussed all year, because he was phenomenal in the second half. He was knocking down 3-pointers. He's knocking down jump shots. He was so pretty down low. Like, his footwork is second to none. For somebody that big to have that good of footwork is unbelievable. And he showed out in the second half of the game. And because of his performance in the second half, it allowed Denver to creep back into the game. And then going into the fourth quarter, the Nuggets just kept the gas on they just kept the foot on the pedal. Monte Morris, he was just so consistent this entire series. He had another phenomenal game. He knocked down some big buckets, especially in the second half, that allowed Denver to not only come back from the deficit that they had, but to take the lead and then extend it. They were sensational. They stepped up the defensive pressure because Portland got into an issue with turning the ball over. And Damian Lillard had a terrible fourth quarter. He did not play well, and I think a lot of that had to do with the fatigue factor from game 5. And look, Dame played 2 overtimes in the game previously. And I think when it got to the fourth quarter, just with the volume of how much time that he had played in the last couple games, I think in the second half, he only was out for 30 seconds. So he was on the court for damn near the entire second half, and I think he just ran into a wall.
At 43 minutes played, bro.
CJ McCollum, he had some opportunities for some good looks. He didn't knock him down. Carmelo didn't necessarily have the best game. Nurkic down low was just completely overmatched by Jokic. And the Nuggets were just impressive in that third and fourth quarter. That's where it really kind of stood out to me. And because of that, the Nuggets are going to the second round of the playoffs, and the Blazers are going home, and they got to look themselves in the mirror and say, damn, we had a double-digit lead against Denver. And we got absolutely annihilated at the end of the third quarter and the fourth quarter,
At home,
where Denver won by double digits. It's like, how can that happen? How? It's crazy.